It's 5 o'clock in the morning. Let's get ready for work. Although I may use one of these other colors. I realize as I'm videoing this, as I'm taping this, there is some controversy with Made by Mitchell about a contestant winner. I gotta be honest, because I know there's something about Made by Mitchell, there's something about e.l.f. and their product, the last commercial that they put out with Matt Rife. I already paid for these things with my own money, so it's not like I'm on PR packages or anything. I'm on PRs or anything like that. You know what? I have a strong I let karma sort that out mentality, so I don't think about things like that too much. It is very unfortunate that these circumstances are happening, but I am not sure what I can do to voice my outrage when I've already bought the products. So and yeah, some companies just have to learn the hard way, and honestly, I feel like discernment is a blessing at this point, because it's like some situations you really should have common sense and maybe not advertise domestic violence. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Anyway, but anyway, all right. So I just picked up. This is a brow. It's got a spoolie on one end, and then it has like an angled tip on the other. And I'm just using that to take some of this product from the color case to carve out a shape for my brow. My brows are actually not sparse. It's just I wax them so I can keep them. It's easier to wax them to keep them in shape versus like shaving, and I like being able to just fill it in with the brow shape I prefer. Because, you know, they always say if you don't like something, change it. Well, I can't naturally change my brow shape, but I can do it with a little bit of makeup. So we're going to do that today. And, of course, as always, I don't know why I struggle so much to carve out my left brow. My right one, I think because I'm so in tune with my right side because I'm right-handed. But, yeah, but that's okay. We're going to figure this out. And what I like about this, it does dry very matte, and my brows don't move until I use a makeup remover, which is always nice, especially how hot it's been lately. I believe today is going to be up to 93 degrees, but with the humidity it's going to feel like 103. So I definitely need something that's going to hold and do what I need it to do. I'm just using this is my tried and true concealer brush. It came with Coastal Scents brush set like years ago. I've been holding on to this thing for many, many years, and I can't imagine myself ever getting rid of it. So, you know, I usually use caramel, but I'm going to use some of these other colors that I don't really use that much. I'm going to use Unordinary, which is this this color here. And what I like about Made by Mitchell, at least these color cases, is they're very pliable. Like once you get it moving, mixed in and whatnot, it comes very soft and pliable, but it dries very matte and it stays. I always like to just pick up some product. I do have a spouse. Everybody who's like, I would love to learn how to do makeup. Just learn how to do it. I learned a lot by trial and error. I learned off of YouTube. A lot of experimenting. If you have the time to read a book, then you can definitely take the time to learn how to do your makeup. This did not happen overnight. And that actually garners another thought for me. The number one thing I am asked about a lot is, can you do my makeup? Okay. So here's the thing. This is why I call myself a makeup enthusiast, not a makeup artist. I am good at doing my own face, but I do struggle with doing other people's faces because I'm used to doing my own face. I've had my own face for 37 years. I'm used to looking at it. I know what to look for. I know what colors work for me. And that is a little bit different when you are doing other people's makeup, because the colors that I think are flattering are too dark or too deep or too cool or too warm for another person. So yeah, I have definitely done makeup before for other people, like for I haven't done anything major like a wedding. Well, actually, I assisted with a wedding. I'll take that back. I did assist with doing the wedding party. And I've done a couple birthday makeups, couple baby showers, and we just kept it very simple with a smoky eye, which is easy to learn. Once you learn some of the basics of a smoky eye, you got it. So, in fact, I think today's look will be a brown smoky eye, so that we can, we'll do this journey together. Alright, and in this part, we want to avoid halo brows, so I always just use my pinky to kind of smear out that product. I'm going to cover it with foundation later, but, okay, but yeah. If you want to just wear, lip balm or chapstick and be out the door, that is fine. There's no rules that say you have to wear makeup. If you are a man, a woman, whatever, you want to learn how to do makeup, that is fine. Do it. Live in your truth. There's nothing wrong with wanting to do makeup. It's a very beautiful process. It's fun. It's playful. And you can do a lot with makeup when you really get over the fear of makeup. I think that's what a lot of people fear is like, oh God, what if I mess up? Well, guess what? If you mess up, we got micellar water, we got makeup melting balms. You can always start over and try again. Trust me. There's a learning curve to all of this, and you just have to give yourself time to learn, and don't beat yourself up if you don't get everything right the first time. And I'm just gonna, again, I like to use my ring finger because it's the one that applies the least amount of pressure. And we're just kind of patting that into place. Hello, Ibers. Alright, so I'm using, and y'all have seen this palette a couple times, I'm using the A Desert Full of Desire palette. This is by, I don't know if you guys see, the light from my mirror is reflecting off of it, so I'm going to make it hard to see, but this is by Plouise. This is one of 2 sets I bought from Plouise. This is the other one, which I haven't used it as much. This is a World Full of Wonder, and this has a lot of purple and blue shades that are very beautiful. So it comes with these 2 gorgeous layers, and lots of purples, a couple blues, a couple browns in there, just a lot of very beautiful, very bright colors. And this does, like I said, look, as you can see, it comes in 2 layers and a huge mirror. There was a bundle that I do not believe is on sale any longer, that you could buy both of these palettes plus brushes, which they're scattered about, and I want to say the total is about $120. I did buy these like several months ago, so the pricing may be slightly off, but I'm going to take the brown. Actually, no, I was going to use this palette because they do have some very beautiful browns in here. I'm going to stick with my first choice with A Desert Full of Desire, and we're going to go in with, I want to something similar to what I have on my eyes, but not too similar. Alright, so we're going to go in with this. Oh, did I show you this? I don't think I showed you this, my bad. So, and I'm sure y'all have seen this before, but I'll keep showing it anyway. So, Desert Full of Desire, a lot of neutral shades, lots of browns, some beautiful not pigments, what's the word? Glitters in there, some metallic shades, and of course this is the second layer. I'm going to take the second layer, I'm going to use the color, I'm going to use Footprints, which is this one right here, and I'm just going to take a shader brush, and I'll probably just use this whole second layer. I'm going to take Footprints, which I don't know if you guys can see these, but these have some really beautiful embossings. Unfortunately, I have used this palette with love a lot, and the embossings are slowly starting to fade, and it's a little sad. So I'm going to start off with the dark brown, and I don't think I'm going to push it as close to the crease as I can, but I'm going to be blending it with another brown, with a lighter brown. So we're going to get right about here. And no, I'm patting on that product. I'm patting it on. I'm not dragging the brush too much because I prefer to pat. With this, I did notice with Made by Mitchell though, you can't drag the brush. Dragging the brush does not help. You have to pat. And usually I just do one eye at a time, but for expediency's sake, I'm just going ahead and doing both of them at the same time. So do one, do the other, do one, do the other. So some things I've learned about just, I don't want to call myself an influencer, but I'll call myself a content creator. You definitely do not. Hello, watery eyes. Thank you so much. Alright, so like I was saying, some people start with the tail first and then move their way inward. I do that sometimes, but I prefer to just start from the middle of my eye and then build up as I go outward and keep the middle thicker. And let's do the tail, which we're just gonna take a line from following our natural eye shape. And see how we just connected that, and there we go. So let's see if we can do this side on this side. I like to start with, when it comes to tails, I did read a makeup artist say do your left eye first, particularly if you tend to if your right always tends to turn out better looking than your left, then start doing your left first. That way you can just get your right one to match instead of the other way around, if that makes sense. Sorry, I'm contemplating if I want to add on more or leave it alone. I'm going to leave it alone for right now because it's very easy to do too much when it comes to your foundation, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. Well, my eyeliner, I mean. It's just my eyes are super watery and it's making it hard to... Alright, we're good. Alright, we're making good time. So, foundation. I just spoke about e.l.f. products. I don't want to hear nothing. Yes, I'm using the Power Grip. This big monstrosity is $24 on Ulta. Or if you go to the e.l.f. website, it's entirely up to you. I prefer Ulta because then I can get everything I need at one place. In fact, I just placed an Ulta order that'll be here next week, and I will probably do an unboxing for that. I try very, very hard not to overload it with too much primer. Your skin prep makes a huge difference when it comes to applying your foundation. Skin prep makes a huge difference because if you want a smooth base, if you want everything to stick, dang it. And I just like to do 1 to 2 pumps in my hand and you know, work my face, make sure I get it down to my neck, my forehead area, all the places where I need my primer to stick and be stuck. I need it to be stick, stack, stuck. So, all right. And I also, again, I got this tip from Kenya Broadnax on TikTok, where you just take your gripping primer and mix it in with your foundation. So I'm just going to take about two of those squirts of that. And I feel like this is going to last me at least another month before I have to order a new one, which is why I'm glad they're making it such a huge size. Now, if they could do the same for the one size, that'd be wonderful, because this tube is great and it lasts a while, but if I'm doing makeup every single day using this, it'll last me about maybe 2 months, and I would love to have a bigger one where it just lasts for a good while. So today's foundation brush, I'm going to use just a flat foundation brush. This is the New. I got this off the TikTok shop because I apparently am addicted to the TikTok shop, but that's neither here nor there. Before I do my foundation, I'm going to just, because I know I look tired, I feel tired, so I'm just going to do a little bit of highlighting and a little bit of concealer work because I feel like I look very tired. And this is the Womo Stay Woke Concealer. I believe this is in the shade Brown Sugar T1. It's definitely, I don't know what it's giving right now. I just know that I look freaking tired and I want to not look tired. So, and I'm just going to actually have this dense blending brush. It's actually a kiss brush. I think it was supposed to be meant for my nails, but I'm not using it the way it is intended. And I'm just blending out the concealer. And then after I blend this out, I'll start applying my foundation. It's almost like a kabuki type brush. And I'm not dragging it, I'm just simply tapping it up and down my face. All the way to my temple. And then just tapping it a little bit on my nose. Alright, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool. I also have the Makeup Ninja curve case as well, so that when I'm getting ready, I can go ahead and do my blush. Watery eyes is going to be the death of me, so help me. But we're going to make it work because we are not quitters. I'm going to try something different. I'm going to try powdering this first before I apply the rest of my foundation. I just want to try to see what it does. So I'm going to set my under eye, and this is just a blend of powders that I've made. It's almost out, as you can see. I do have an extra. Basically what happened was I bought my setting powder, but I bought my winter shade. Like at one point I had just bought a bunch of my winter shade, which is considerably lighter than my summer shade, and basically ended up having to custom blend everything out and make it work so I could have my summer shade. It was a catastrophe, to say the least. So I'm going to set that, and then I'm going to, which, another thing that irks me is like, oh, you look so different with your makeup off. I do not go through all this effort to look the same. What's the point of looking like everybody else, or what's the point of looking the same? I mean, yeah, you can definitely use makeup to enhance your natural beauty, to draw out those impurities, to kind of exile what you don't want to be seen, but you can also use it to just play it up, to enhance, to really look like a Barbie doll. I like being a black Barbie. I like looking very similar to a black Barbie. I have no problem with that. If you have a problem with that, that is a personal problem. So what I'm doing is I'm not picking up any more foundation, but I am just blending my foundation, my concealer, and I'm just patting this in and going along with the natural contours of my face. And I'm gonna hope that this stays, because I know under eye thing, the whole under eye creasing thing is definitely a thing and it sucks. But look how much brighter and happier I look now. And my nose is running too. I can't catch a break today. May I check upon it? Alright, so I think that is the end of this container. So this is going to go with the rest of my dirty brushes, and it's going to be cleaned later on today when I clean my brushes. Which, for the love of God, clean your brushes. That's how acne happens. Clean your brushes. Now, fortunately, I have an abundance of brushes, so I can go a little bit between before I have to, clean them again. But clean your freaking brushes, people. So I'm going to use the Made by Mitchell brush. It came with the curve case. I have cleaned this several times. I'm pretty sure this is stained because I cannot when I tell you I was going at this like crazy and I was not coming up, It's not dirty. I promise you I cleaned it. I can't get it to come any cleaner. So I'm gonna go in. I love this cowlick. It's this bright pink. I am addicted to this shade. I'm just gonna dip it in a little bit. And I like to just go right here, starting with the temple, and work my way down. And I gotta get a move on because I have got to be at work very soon. And I'm using a very light hand. This is the type of product where you want to be very light-handed. You don't want to just dip and go. You want to be very, very light and work with this and work it upward. So I'm just gonna again take a little dip or two. And that's so satisfying. Look at that. Fridge. So wonderful. Like, say what you will about Mr. Mitchell and how he treats his contestants. He does give a great product. I will give him that. And of course, this will be edited down by a lot, so hopefully it won't be too... I know that with TikTok, everyone's attention span is basically dying. I know mine is. I know I can't. I have to really focus on it when it comes to like watching TV now or watching a movie. You know, back up in this thing. Okay, I'm not mad at it. It's coming together pretty nicely. I'm trying to figure out if I want to do a little bit of a contour or not. The brush that I usually use for contour is unfortunately dirty, and I don't want to put dirt on my face. So I'm just going to take another flat foundation brush, and I'm going to go in with the shade Rituation, which is this dark brown. And again, I'm tapping it lightly, just picking up just enough. And I'm just going to take that and kind of carve out my face a little bit, not too much, because you know what, I have a fat face. I can't do anything about that unless I lose weight, and you know what, losing weight is not easy, so we're just gonna a little bit of contour. See the difference? Like, this looks a little bit more distinctive, a little bit more sharper. And I always like to do it just a little bit under the jaw, just a little bit. I just want my jaw to... It's not a prominent jaw at all because of my double chin, but you're gonna make it work. And I know you see me switching from my left hand to my right hand. I am actually not predominantly left-handed, but I know that, you know, it's easy to do this motion. I'm still very much right-handed. See how we're just kind of like casting that face? Alright, and then I'm going to take a little bit around my forehead region, because you know what, we got a 5 head, we want a 4 head, not a 5 head. Plus, I am going to be wearing a wig. I mean, I'm back in my wig era. I usually love to wear braids during the summer, but my edges are basically gone at this point, and I'm trying to revive them, so I'm trying to avoid doing a whole lot of tight styles. So I'm trying to avoid doing any more braids right now. I've been filing them so much that they're really kind of weak right now, so I'm just giving my body a chance to heal before I put it through another round of nails and glue and all that stuff. So I am a MAC fan when it comes to their lip products. Their foundation stuff are great. I don't use them as much, but this is the MAC lip liner pencil in the color Night Moth. You will see this color a lot on my channel because I love this combination. I'm using usually I would do the lipstick, but the liquid lipstick stays a lot better. So we're going to go in with the Retro Matte Liquid Lip Color in Ruby Phew, which again is a nice blue based red. So gorgeous. And this Night Moth is like a blackened plum or blackened cherry. It's a very dark purple, like a burgundy almost. It has a hint of red, but not too much. So we're going to start off with our Cupid's bow. And it glides so smoothly. And I like to fill in the inner corner. Smush them together. Usually I would take a brush and kind of feather out the lip liner, but guess what? That brush is dirty. So I'm just going to push my lips together. And see how it's kind of like naturally feathering on its own. Alright, so now we're going to go in with the actual liquid color. Ooh, I have to get a move on. I mean, I got time, but like I need to get dressed, so. Alright, so we're going to take that color, starting from the center. And work our way out. Alright, and of course I'm going to pack up my little makeup bag. I'm going to just push my lips together a couple times because I want the product to... Plus I like that. That's such a stimulating thing. Okay. So now that I've kind of distributed that product, I'm going to go back in with the liner because I do want there to be a little bit of a distinction. So satisfying. Right, I'm happy with that. I always like to sharpen it, give it a little sharpen before I leave the house. Kind of soften the tip a little bit. Alright, and then I'm gonna just pack, in case I want to go juicier later, like if I want my lips to be a little like, you know, I always pack a lip gloss. This is the Juicy Balm for Essence in the color Cherry, which, well, Cherry, oh, Crazy Cherry. Cherry lady. So I always like to keep a lip balm just in case I decide, okay, I'm done with the matte lips for today. We're just gonna, you know. Alright, so last couple steps and then we are almost done. You know what, before I dust the rest of the powder off, I'm gonna go ahead and do my mascara. Oh, gotta throw the wig band on too, let me not forget that. I can't find my bigger tube. I think it dried out. So I'm using the Maybelline Sky High Lash Sensational mascara. This is actually came in a Ulta order, and it was a a obviously it's a small tube, it's a mini sample. But we're gonna do our lower lashes first, and then our upper lashes. And I do like to do one coat for the bottom, 2 coats for the top. Alright, and I know this looks really, really bright. It's only because I have my lights on right now. So like for my camera, if I turn, oh, it's too dark now because my light is. So if I just do a different mode. Alright, so I'm just gonna lower my lights a little bit just to, okay, maybe too much. But either way, I do love this mirror. It's a great mirror. So now we're going to go ahead. We're going to take a fluffy brush and we're going to dust off the excess. Or we could have melted it with a spray, but I'm just going to dust it off today. Alright, and another reason why I like having this cute little fan next to me is for this next part when I have to apply my setting spray. And of course we're using the NYX Professional Makeup Matte Finish. It's supposed to be for 16 hours. But we'll see what my skin does today. Alright, and I just, basically your face should look almost like it's dripping wet. That's how you know you've applied enough. And now, keeping our eyes closed, we're just going to let our fan do its thing and help dry all that setting spray. Some days I do like to set with the Mayron barrier spray. I try to reserve that for things like special occasions, because that is a very expensive setting spray. It's about $29, oh well, $30 rather, and it works great. It's good for all day, but it is also not an everyday setting spray. It's definitely for special occasions like weddings or birthdays, or you know, if you're, you know, especially like this last July 4th where it was freaking hot and I needed my makeup to stay, that's when I would use that spray. And even then, you have to use it the right way. I use it to, before I do it, I spray it. After I apply my primer, I spray it to set my primer into place, and then after I do my foundation, my liquid foundation, spray it again, let it dry, then do my powder, hit it with this, and then finish up with the Mayron setting spray. And that is the best way to get everything to just stay, and it'll stay for a while. My personal problem, because I sweat, is when my neck creases, because you know the number one rule is your neck and your face your neck should match, you know, your face and everything. And I have the biggest trouble with that, so. Okay, I'm digging today's look. I'm digging it, I'm digging it, I am digging it. I love it. I could have probably put a little bit more contour around my nose, but that's okay. I do want to take my spoolie and just soften up the brow a little bit, just a little bit more. All right. Alright, that feels pretty good. Feels pretty dry. So we're gonna turn off this. I got this, I think, from Target for like $10. No, more like, not $10. I think it was more like $14, $15, something like that. Another setting spray that I like is this one, the Revolution Super Stay. This works great as well. That is a good day-to-day, everyday spray. Alright, so let's get into our wig today. Y'all probably seen this wig before on my channel. I believe it's by Sensational, if I'm not mistaken. Now, I know I'm using a wig grip, but I still like to tuck the combs of the wig under the band, because I like that extra security. I want my wig to stay. I don't want nobody to be like, oh, her wig is all over the place. Like, no man, we locked in, we ain't going nowhere. Alright, and then I'm gonna take some, another thing when you're applying your combs, make sure that there's no pressure. If you feel any tension, it's because your hair is pulling. The comb is pulling your hair, and that is how we lose our edges. So we want to be mindful of that. Alright, let me just do a little bit of a reset here. Alright, and I'm just going to take my Baskin Lather Edge Control. It looks weird because I just emptied what was in the bigger container in the smaller one because the bigger one is about to run out. Oh, okay. So first, let me just scoop everything up into a quick little claw because I want to lay those edges and I don't want a whole lot of hair in my way. Which fortunately looks like this is going to stay pretty well, but I like to just go back in with some fresh edge control. Oh, I can hear my stomach. I'm hungry. Am I the only person on the planet who doesn't eat breakfast? I feel like I am. I'm sure there's other people on this planet who do not eat breakfast, but I'm definitely guilty of not.